Hello, welcome to the Sunday Scoop, a monthly show where we talk about and demo what we've been working on. This month, we want to cover three main things. First, we'll give an update on governance and the progress that we've made since last we talked. Next, we'll talk about the Vasil hard fork, what that means for Sundae Swap, and what we've been doing to make sure that we're ready for that hard fork event. And then finally, we collected a few questions from the community, and I'll answer those for you at the end. Let's dive into it. The first thing we want to cover today is an update on Sundae Swap governance. If you remember last month, we gave a pretty extensive demo of the governance portal that we're building, and we've been hard at work on that. We've added lots of features, and I won't be able to show you all of them today, but I'll show you some of my favorites. First, on a completed proposal, we show the final result, and we also show the different auditors' tallies. So this is something that makes our governance system fairly unique, is that we're inviting lots of prominent and respected members of the community to independently verify the cryptographic proofs that go into these votes. So just as some dummy data here, I've also got an audit from Logan the Lobster. Another cool thing we've added is the user experience last time for checking your vote was pretty painful. You had to sign every time. So now we have a "Don't ask me again" checkbox that will save your signature so that you can request your vote any number of times. We also added this kind of expert mode button, and this gives you all of the information you need to independently verify the cryptographic commitment that we make to counting your vote. This is a bit technical, but if you're curious, I'll actually be on Andrew Westberg's Nerd Out in early September to explain how all of this works and how you can verify your votes yourself. Another thing about our governance system is that we plan on offering it as a service to other projects in the Cardano ecosystem. So if you're on a project that needs governance, that wants to hear the voice of your community, but you don't want to build a full governance solution yourself, feel free to reach out to us at contact@sundaeswap.finance. Finally, this is nearing completion. And you should keep an eye out for a testnet launch in the very near future. The next thing we want to talk about is the Vasil hard fork. We've been hard at work this last month making sure that the Sundae Swap protocol will be ready for this event. While the on-chain contracts won't be changing anytime soon, a lot of the off-chain infrastructure we built or depend on needs updating as well. For example, the serialization format of the transactions is slightly different, and so that code needed to be updated, as well as different systems needed to be updated to understand things like collateral outputs. As a result, we were able to pay down a large amount of our technical debt in this area, and as a result, our transactions are slightly smaller, our fee estimation is more accurate, and we managed to slip in hardware wallet support. I wanted to demo that for you now. So I've got my Ledger wallet right here. I'm going to go ahead and plug this in, and you can see I'm on this new preview.sundaeswap.finance environment that we set up. I'm going to go ahead and enter my PIN, and I'm going to go ahead and swap 10 ADA for some chalk. This pops up, the eternal window. You can see that I'm on a Ledger wallet. It's not asking me for my signing password. Instead, I'm going to open up the Cardano app and I'm going to click sign. I'm going to select my Nano X. And I'm going to go through and confirm each of these details. And that went ahead and submitted it and queued it up. Still got my hardware wallet. And so that queued up, and then if we wait, we should see this scooped shortly. And that went through. In order to reduce risk and limit the number of moving pieces, we probably won't release hardware support at the exact same time as the Vasil hard fork, but you should expect to see it go live very shortly after. Our preview environment that's running on Vasil is available, and if you have some spare TADA in that environment, feel free to go check it out at preview.sundaeswap.finance. Finally, we opened a dedicated channel on our Discord for our community to ask us questions that we'll answer in these monthly Sunday scoops. So let me answer a few of those now. TAS8237 asks, are there any plans to get involved in the NFT realm? With Sundae Swap Utility in particular, like boosting yields or whatnot? It's something that we've thought about and that we've looked at. We think that we can have a higher impact by kind of the projects that we have ongoing, so it's pretty low on our priority list. It's also a kind of uncertain and risky regulatory domain, so we'll kind of keep an eye on it, but right now we don't have any plans kind of in the works for that. Villa asks a number of questions around governance. They ask, can anyone make a proposal? What is the incentive to vote? And is there a filter to avoid proposals that don't seem real? So the answer is yes, anybody can create a proposal so long as you have kind of a minimum Sundae threshold in your wallet. We haven't set that exact number, but we're kind of trying to tune it so that most everybody can be involved, but we remove kind of the opportunity for spam attacks or things like that. Right now, there's kind of no financial incentive to vote. The incentive is that you get a say in kind of the future of the protocol, though we are looking at kind of options for incentivized voting in the long term. As for whether there's a filter to avoid proposals that don't seem real, we're working with legal on a constitution or a procedures document that outlines exactly how proposals get created. One of the first steps of that is going to be a temperature check on our forums, and that has to kind of receive a positive sentiment from the community to make sure that there's like a higher bar for the proposals that we're asking people to vote on. And we kind of retain some moderator privileges to remove things that are profanity or kind of obviously malicious or things like that. And nobody in particular asked this question, but it's something that we've seen a lot. A lot of people are curious as to when the Sundae faucet for the ISO rewards and the reverse ISO rewards will be available. It's taken us a little bit longer to kind of build and deploy governance than we expected, but it's one of our top priorities after we deliver governance. So in the next few weeks, you should see us launching a kind of vote on testnet, and then we'll launch on mainnet with our governance portal, and then we'll be focused on building out the Sundae faucet. Our expectation is that a lot of the work that we put into yield farming is easily reusable for this. So, fingers crossed it shouldn't be a large amount of effort to get us there. It's just been kind of lower on our priority list given the number of things that we've been working on and that we can kind of deliver value with. And that's it for the August Sunday Scoop. If you have any other questions, head on over to our Discord and drop them there, and we'll include them in next month's video. Thanks, and see you next month.